Moza about to buy Fanatec, or maybe it's Logitech, or maybe a hedge fund? Because today we've had big news. They always release the big news on a Friday night, but I'm going to cover it on a Friday night, and I'm going to explain what's going on, because there are 30 buyers in now for Fanatec. So Fanatec in insolvency administration in Germany, and it's being run by basically these three. This is their website. You've got Matthias Koch, you've got Daniel Mayberg, and you've got Belma Nadarevich. Now, these are the new musketeers leading Fanatec. Thomas Jackermeier was kicked out. So that leads us to the breaking news we've had today. You can see here, which is a fire sale for Fanatec. And are they even going to make it to Christmas? There's some incredible information here. But again, to set that story, you've got those three individuals there. They're running the company now. This is what they want to do. They're in control. On the outside, you have the ex-CEO Thomas Jackermeier, who I went over and interviewed. He wants to call a shareholders meeting. And in fact, he got the local court in Germany to approve a shareholders meeting a month ago exactly. So I think it's no coincidence now. I reckon there's been about a month for Fanatec to try and push back, and now they're having to sell it. They want to sell it before this shareholders meeting, because this Thomas Jackermeier comes back in the shareholders meeting and says, look, I got 50 million euros. I got Xiaomi with me. Everything's fine. Kick out the directors, basically. He wants to kick out these three. He calls them enemies of Fanatec, basically, and myself an enemy of Fanatec, even though I'm probably more sympathetic to the shareholders actually at this moment in time, because this is going to be a fire sale. This is going to be... Fanatec might be carved up here. So let's get into it. This is the press release from today. So you can see Endor, basically Fanatec is looking for a buyer. We've known that for a long time. If you've been subscribed to this channel, you've known it since at least, January we've been covering this. So Fanatec is one of the world's leading providers of equipment for racing simulators on games, consoles and PCs. High-end steering wheels are sold to customers worldwide under the Fanatec brand via the company's online store. By the way, that is so important. What Fanatec is saying is that they are a B2C brand. So they are valuing themselves. So these individuals here are valuing Fanatec as a B2C company, which means that you keep higher margins, you make more money. So Fanatec think, look, we can do all of the customer service ourselves. We can ship it ourselves. We're not going to pay retailers to do that for us, and we're going to keep a lot more money. You be the judge whether they've been doing good customer service or not. But anyway, it's very interesting that they say this in the context of the fire sale. Substantial financial burdens on Fanatec were initially to be resolved due to proceedings under the German bankruptcy laws, basically, and restructured outside of insolvency. So remember, I've covered this every step of the way. Firstly, when it went into Starrag, I was like, oh, they're going into Starrag, and people said, no, it's nothing. Then they actually went into insolvency. They're currently in insolvency, still people saying, oh, it's nothing. And now they're doing this fire sale in insolvency. It's very much distressed asset. You can see here, Endor had planned to bring in an investor, and that investor, I don't know why they're not mentioning by name, is Corsair. We know that, to repay the bank liabilities and provide the company with substantial financial resources to finance its ongoing business. So Corsair came in at one point and were like, we're just going to pay everything off and own Fanatec. As part of that, Corsair now own the trademarks. But if you saw my responses I got from Corsair officially, Corsair say they will give those trademarks back as long as their loans are repaid. So Fanatec right now in this sale doesn't even own their own trademarks, and I think the patents as well. So what they're selling is, well, possibly mainly liabilities. After the Starrag plan could not be implemented as planned, that's because they blamed Thomas Jackermeier for messing everything up by doing the calling the extraordinary general meeting, the shareholders meeting. They had to file for insolvency. I don't know why they've hyphenated insolvency here, but nowhere else. This is such an important press release. I would read it at least twice, but for some reason it's different. I'm weird like that. I'm a details person. On July 31st, 2024, the local court in Germany, the same local court that Thomas Jackermeier went to get the shareholders meeting approved, also ordered insolvency. So the shareholders, I think, were saying, look, this is insolvency. You need to protect us. And there was a lawyer, a Dr. Hubert Ampfel, was appointed as a provisional insolvency administrator. So I'm not even super sure how the board are able to do this right now, given that there's an insolvency practitioner. I genuinely don't know. But anyway, the aim of the insolvency proceedings is to sell the company out of insolvency to an investor. Makes sense. In addition to the purchase price, a buyer, this is huge, a buyer must in particular have the necessary financial means to pay license fees and pre-finance the upcoming Christmas business. So basically, Fanatec can't last till Christmas right now. This is what I've been saying. When you go into insolvency, you cannot pay your bills. Fanatec currently is underwater, and at some point it's all going to come crashing down unless someone comes in with some money. So they've said it here in pretty clear terms. And they're also saying highest revenues are not expected until Christmas. So Fanatec needs money to get to Christmas, at what point the investors might get some money back. So does this mean there's going to be big sales? I mean, can we interpret from this that Fanatec are going to do a Black Friday fire sale? And if so, if we want Fanatec equipment, should we wait for Black Friday? If we all wait for Black Friday, Fanatec might not get enough money and might go bankrupt before. It's all very convoluted. The business, sales, deliveries, repairs, and warranties are currently continuing unchanged. You let me know in the comments if that's true. If you bought Fanatec equipment, if it's come absolutely fine, let us know. If it's come late, let us know. If it's working, let us know. If it's got issues, let us know. Let the comments be the truth on that. And please subscribe, by the way, if you are enjoying this, following this story of Fanatec. I'm trying to keep on top of it for you and just be the person that reports on it impartially, because I have no financial interest on this. I'm not paid by anyone to report on this one way or the other. I don't have shares in Fanatec. I don't have, shorts in Fanatec either. An international investor process was initiated immediately after the provisional insolvency. So this is quite interesting. So after the insolvency administrator was appointed, Fanatec started an investor process. Was that done by the insolvency administrator, or was it done by these individuals here? I don't know, but there is a war right now. You have these three on one side, and you've got Thomas Jackermeier on the other. The operational business in Germany, as well as the shares in the foreign sales companies and the new building currently under construction or for sale. By the way, I wonder if this whole Fanatec situation is because their new headquarters is just so expensive. I wonder if that's it. And having been to Fanatec in Germany, I can see why they want new headquarters to have that space. But what a sad tale it would be if just, they tried to build some mad HQ with a go-kart track on the roof, as people are reporting, and that's actually pushed them into this insolvency. They've got this consulting firm, Goetz Partners, for the sale process. A virtual data room has been set up where investors can access key documents relating to the business. In addition, a business plan has been drawn up showing the company's potential. If anyone watching this is part of this investor, actually going for this and is able to share that, and it's free to be shared, I think people on YouTube would love to see that. Jan Hendrik Rover, the guy who's running this, was very satisfied. He's earning his fees. There was an excellent response to our approach from more than 30 international investors. This is what I said. Is that Moza? Is that Logitech? Are they hedge funds? 30 is it Sony? Is it, I don't know, Alibaba? Is it, I don't know, Tag Heuer? It could be anyone. We've already had some by the way, I have no information on that. If Tag Heuer end up buying Fanatec, that's the craziest coincidence. We've already had some very promising discussions. This underlines Fanatec's global reputation with the strong Fanatec brand and superior product. In the interest of employees, suppliers, and customers, the aim is to find a quick solution. It's very interesting here. They don't mention shareholders. Now, we know that, we suspect that some YouTubers who have been promoting Fanatec products through affiliate links are also shareholders in Fanatec, which brings a whole nother. I think if I had shares, I've got a Logitech here. If I had shares in Logitech and I was also promoting Logitech through, collaborations or affiliate links, I would feel very uncomfortable not disclosing that I have shares in it, because anyway, but I don't have shares. I don't have shares in any sim racing company, just to be clear. In the interest of employees, suppliers, and customers, the aim is to find a quick solution that will enable an investor to take over the business quickly and continue it smoothly. This is going to happen quickly now. This is fire sale. Oh, they've done it on a Friday. There are going to be investment banks, hedge funds, lawyers working over the weekend, I suspect, going through this data room, and they're going to look at a lot of the patents and trademarks and see, hang on, that says Corsair Limited owns this, and realised Corsair's managed to get in there early. Basically, I think what Corsair's done here is they gave a bit of finance to stop Fanatec going under early, and because of that, they took collateral for the trademarks. You can see that in the responses that they gave, and they're now in a pretty prime position here because anyone who comes in to buy Fanatec, I think, is now also going to need to deal with Corsair. So this is going to move very quickly now. Make sure you are subscribed to this channel. One, because you want to follow this news, and I'm delivering it hopefully very impartially as I can. And the second thing is, I do want to get to 100k subscribers. It would be great. It would be one of my greatest life achievements. So if you are appreciating this, please do hit the subscribe button. It is free. And let me know what you think in the comments as the Fanatec saga takes another dramatic turn.